this will be a module about end phase or closure. It will talk about the last phase of FIRO circle. So if you don't know what FIRO circle is, I suggest you look at a video that will be in a link of this video explaining how FIRO circle works. So what is an end phase? If you think about it, that FIRO circle is about creating a team, then end phase is about dissolving the team. In FIRO circle you have different steps to create the team, but what we very often forget to do in EYP is also to dissolve the team. In end phase we are trying to do an activity that will help us to close the session for our team. As in everything, it is very important to have a goal. The goals in end phase would be to reflect on what you have learned, to transfer the experience and memories to real life, and to have emotional closure after all the team building and emotional demanding time on the session. What you're basically trying to reach is for the delegates or your team of officials to come back home and not to feel PED. Because what is PED? PED is the feeling that you want to go back on a session, that you don't want to be in real life, that you felt something special, but you feel like you haven't said some things to your team members. So you are basically trying to get rid of that feeling. You're trying to get rid of PED. You want your team to feel like, yes, this was a great experience, but it's over now. I feel like I have learned a lot and now I can use it in real life, but I do not feel sad, I feel enlightened. You're basically trying to give them space to get rid of everything that could go back with them and haunt them. You're trying to give them space to talk about how they feel about other team members. You're trying to make them realize what they have learned. Now you might ask yourself, when does end phase start? Well, the obvious answer would be at the end, after GA, after closing ceremony. But not really. You can start with end phase even before the session, because for some activities you can use some specific tools, some specific equipment that you can bring with yourself to the session. So for example, if you want to use balloons, if you want to use modeling clay, think about the end phase even before the session so that you can make it as special as possible at the session. Also, you can start with end phase even during team building, because you can for example, give them post-its, and on the second day of team building you can tell them to draw their favorite thing from that day, thing they have learned. And then you can use that at the end of the session. So you can connect it with different parts of the session to make it even more special. Now we know the theory, but how to put it into practice? Well, like I said, you're trying to make them realize what they have learned, you're trying to keep their memories with them, and you're trying to dissolve the team. So what you can do is, for example, make them draw a memory that they will fold and put into their wallet and have with them at all times. You can write their committee names on post-its and then tear them into pieces to show them that the team is over. You can make them sit in a circle and talk about what they like about each other. It's really up to you, but there are a few things to remember. First, you have to adapt to what the team needs. So even though you have planned amazing end phase before the session, you always have to adapt to what they feel, what they want and what they need. You need to provide them with space and emotional support. Everyone needs different emotional support. Someone needs a pat on the back, someone needs a hug, someone needs to cry, someone needs to wave from distance. Keep that in mind. But always provide that emotional support, because if you tear your committee name into pieces, it can be pretty harsh for someone. And the last thing is to always have time for it, because it can take from 15 minutes to 3 hours. So make time at the session to have end phase. It is very important. If you're looking for some games, there will be a list of activities you can do included with email I will be sending you. And be sure to check out the FIRO video. Thank you.